Boys and Girls Club is a place where kids can get help with homework, play games, and learn valuable life lessons.
And now, thanks to a special partnership, it's also a place that's looking out for children's health. Tisha Powell is here to show us how it all works. Tisha?
Fred and Anna, the Boys and Girls Club locations in Wake County have teamed up with Eye Care Associates to give the children eye exams as part of the program. And one Raleigh mother is grateful for that after a doctor found a serious problem with her 8-year-old's eyes that might have gone undetected.
8-year-old Ahmad Laster loves his afternoons at the Raleigh Boys Club, part of the Boys and Girls Club organization.
Camera, Nettle, foot.
Here, Ahmad gets to learn, but mostly have fun.
He's played basketball and baseball.
Also taking part in the free eye exams. The exams are offered as part of a partnership between the Boys and Girls Club and Eye Care Associates. Ahmad's mom agreed to have his eyes checked, and what the doctor found was troubling.
We noticed that he had some unusual changes in his eyes that may indicate that he could have early stages of glaucoma.
Unusual for someone his age and requires more testing and treatment to prevent further possible damage.
It begins to damage some of the side vision, which is typically not detected by the patient. But over the course of time, that can begin to creep in and affect the central vision, which affects our reading and color vision and those sorts of things.
Most of the vision problems the children are experiencing can be remedied with glasses.
Down at the Girls Club the other day, a little girl got her glasses for the first time and said, "Oh man, I can see." I mean, it was just like, it was she was just as happy as she could be. It was a great story and great example of the impact that this can have on young people's lives.
Young people, just like Ahmad.
250 kids have had their eyes checked through the program so far. Nearsightedness and farsightedness are the biggest problems the children complain about. Glaucoma, on the other hand, has no symptoms. An exam is needed to find the early signs. Fred, Anna?
If your child is having trouble in school, the reason may have nothing at all to do with their intelligence. It could be their vision, and in some cases, they may not even be aware anything's wrong with their eyes. WRAL's Dr. Ellen Mask shows us how to discover and correct the problem before it affects their grades.
Claire Patterson's 3 daughters work hard to keep up with their studies, but recently, 13-year-old Morgan was having trouble.
Morgan has complained that she was having trouble focusing on the board at school.
She squinted for distance reading and also problems close up.
That was hard too, looking at the books. It was harder to see.
So she went to see optometrist Dr. Caroline Silver with Eye Care Associates in Cary, who sees a lot of young patients.
10% of preschoolers and 25% of children in kindergarten through 6th grade tend to have vision deficiencies.
She says more time spent reading on computer and phone screens takes a toll.
We're starting to see children develop nearsightedness at a younger age than we did when I first started practicing 20 years ago.
She recommends all kids see an eye doctor between the ages of 3 and 5 to detect vision issues before they begin school. Some vision problems can be avoided with a healthy diet, limiting computer screen time, wearing sunglasses with UV protection, as well as protective glasses when playing sports. Corrective lenses will be the answer for Morgan Patterson.
She picked out some cute frames that she liked, and we'll pick those up in a few days.
Dr. Alan Mass, WRAL Health Team.
Are you or someone you love at risk of an aneurysm? Many people don't know the risk factors or the symptoms. An aneurysm survivor is here to tell us more about her story and a special event going on this weekend. Welcome Tammy Crocker, who's also the regional manager of Eye Care Associates. And how long ago did you have your aneurysm?
It was 15 years ago.
Okay. Tell me, what was it like? What did you feel initially?
I actually had no symptoms leading up to it. A lot of people have some headaches and other things that are signs and symptoms, but I had no symptoms. I was actually brushing my teeth, getting ready for bed, and I just started to get a headache, kind of a burning sensation, and then it just became a crushing headache. I had to lay down on the bed, holding my head, closing my eyes, so I went to the hospital, and through a series of tests, I had a CT scan that came back negative. So that's not always, doesn't always prove out, but, and then I ended up having a cerebral spinal tap to to determine it, and there was blood in my spinal fluid. So I was very fortunate. It was a rupture, but it was a small, more of a, I call it a leak, because when I'm talking to other survivors and the issues that they've had, but it definitely, you know, was definitely the worst headache of my life, and I've not had a headache since that headache.
Well, and you were doing so well, and you're so young, and not everybody has the same situation. My father's had a brain aneurysm, and so he has not had the same outcome as you've had. Let's talk about the risk factors, first of all. We've got a graphic about that. For some people, it's family history. Also, people that are pretty young.
Yeah, I was 28.
Wow.
When mine happened. So even the 35 to 60 time frame is not necessarily, you know, you don't have to be. There was recently in the news a baby that they took care of, and we have a 9-year-old in our group.
Okay.
So, you know, it can go as young as an infant, and it can go as old. Family history is usually if you have 2 people in your family. So if your mother and your grandmother both had had some symptoms or issues, and then, you know, just normal things. Hypertension is one of the key things to look out for, and as everybody's heard, take care of your heart.
Right.
All of the things that you would do to take care of your heart are also things that are keep your blood pressure down, or those things are going to keep you from having
We also
issues.
have the warning signs, and you were talking about the worst headache you've ever had. Some people, it's not necessarily the head, it's the neck. Nausea, vomiting, definitely a sign to go. Blurred or double vision, or fainting or loss of consciousness. There are about 45 survivors of aneurysms that are going to be at a very special event this weekend. Tell us about the event, and for other people out there who might want to know.
Well, iCare Associates is hosting the event, and I'm very pleased about this, both because I work for iCare Associates and because I'm a survivor. We'll have the group together, some recognition at the fields, be able to just enjoy and have fun in a community and close way. We have a support group where we all get together every the third Monday of every month, and in that, you know, we're not all able to be at the group all of the time because of life.
Right.
But sometimes it's in Raleigh and sometimes it's in Durham, so this is going to be a nice way to bring together the whole group, let everyone meet if they've not met, you know, exchange stories and that sort of thing, as well as just to take in a great baseball game.
And it is going to be a great game, but a good event going on, and this happens at the Durham Ballpark, which is just a beautiful place as well. Sunday from 5 to 8, Durham Bull Stadium. Surgeons and survivors are going to have an awareness campaign and talk about it, and so if you want to reach out, talk to some of these people, if perhaps you have someone in your family, it's a good place to be. Good luck to you, and thanks for sharing your story with us.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
If the blackboard is fuzzy and you can't see to read, it's awfully hard for a child to excel in school. A local company is working to make sure every child can see, even when they can't afford glasses in low-income developing countries. Dr. Ardis Beatty from iCare Associates is here to tell us about a special program that's going on right now and through the remainder of this year. So nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Thanks for having me.
A lot of parents need to get their kids' eyes checked before they head back to school.
That's absolutely right. When we have children come in, often they have passed their visual screenings, but they're not always seeing as well or as comfortably as they can. So we want to get all kids in so we can make sure that they are seeing well and as comfortably as possible so they can excel in school.
Not all kids can afford eyeglasses, so your company's doing something very special.
That's right. Through the end of the calendar year 2013, we're running a one-for-one campaign, which means that for every pair of glasses that iCare Associates sells, we'll be donating a pair of glasses to developing countries so we can help not just children, but everyone see well.
Well, that is amazing, and it's not only just eyeglasses, but it's people that come in and perhaps get prescription sunglasses.
That's exactly right. So we know that here in the North Carolina sun, it's important to protect ourselves from UV. So those prescription sunglasses, they also count. And so every time we sell a pair of those, we'll be also donating a pair.
Glasses are the cool thing. If you get some really cool frames, you look awesome. You guys actually have some of those that make it more attractive for kids who are starting to wear glasses.
You know, I like to think that when patients come in to see us, that we're going to have frames that are going to be great for any prescription, any sense of style, and also frames that fit any budget. So I think we've got all types of frames covered for us here.
And the ones that the kids can't break.
That's right.
in a
That's right.
sport or things like that. So you've got the purples, you've got the greens, you've got the oranges that are really fashion forward, but also some very sophisticated ones.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. And so when you come into the office, you have your exam, we make sure you're healthy. We always pair you with the consultant that's going to sit down with you and help you find what you really like.
And so the glasses that we buy, then your company donates another one to somebody else.
That's right. And our goal is to donate at least 50,000 pairs by the end of the year.
Well, imagine the 50,000 people whose lives will have been changed by that. Thank you so much. We're going to link you on our website to all of the eye care associates, but they're in many areas here in North Carolina. And don't forget this, a partnership with Restoring Vision. Every pair of eyeglasses bought, a second pair will be donated to people in developing countries. Thank you so much. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Welcome back. Right now, 7:25 the time. A company in our state is asking you to help change the way world sees the entire world, one pair of glasses at a time. Eye Care Associates has a one-for-one campaign, meaning that when you buy a pair of prescription glasses, another pair goes to someone that needs it in a developing country. Very cool idea here. And here to talk about it is Dr. Artis Beatty. First of all, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Get up early, isn't it? Yeah.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, so you've gone overseas and you've kind of giving the people the gift of sight. Let's talk about those trips, because I'm sure that had an impact on you.
Yeah, from a student and now as a professional, I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of folks who are trying to help people see better around the world. And so with these trips, the purpose is really to take over some glasses, do some preliminary exams, make sure folks are healthy, and in the process get them to see better, to have a better life.
And you've partnered with a nonprofit, is that right?
That's right, yes. So this is all nonprofit, in fact. And so our goal is to be able to deliver up to 50,000 pairs of glasses this year to folks around the world in order to help them to see better.
Any particular places, or is there a need? I'm wondering if there's a greater need in some areas than others? Or?
Absolutely. We're looking to help lower income countries, so what I guess people would consider to be developing nations now, to get better vision. Most of those folks do a lot of their work with their hands, they're up close, they're having problems seeing things like most of us do as time goes on. But it's also important to help children as they're trying to develop. Having clear vision really helps development and can last a lifetime.
And you brought some glasses. You want to talk about some of these while we take some shots? Is there one in particular you want to?
Well, what we have in front of us is just some examples of what we have available in the offices for patients. We've got glasses that range from all sizes and colors to accommodate any type of vision that's out there.
I love the lime green ones there. That's very cool. And if you want some more information about this, you can visit Eye Care Associates there at 2835 South Church Street in Burlington. You can browse the website if you'd like to by clicking the links section of digtriad.com, and we're going to link you to them. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Good thing you're doing here. We'll be right back.
The summer heat is a reminder to protect ourselves from the damaging rays of the sun. In reality, those damaging rays are present year-round. WRAL's Dr. Alan Mask shows us protecting our skin is not the only concern.
For people who wear sunscreen on a regular basis, they typically don't want to put it around their eyes. This leaves the area susceptible to the sun. That's why it's so important to wear these. Christiana Mastandria gets regular eye checkups and wears sunglasses ever since her mom developed ocular melanoma.
She had a freckle behind the eye that eventually, after multiple sunburns, turned into a deadly tumor. She caught it in time and is now cancer-free.
Optometrist Dr. Amanda Steele says only a certain type of sunglasses are suitable.
Get a pair that absolutely has 99 to 100% UV block.
She says they can prevent skin cancer around the eyes, as well as problems within the eye like cataracts, which cause blurred vision. The unfiltered rays of the sun can also damage the nerve layer in the back of the eye, contributing to macular degeneration, a leading cause of blindness. There's also something called pterygium.
It's a large word, but all it means is tissue growth. It grows in an abnormal place on the eye surface. That's due to sun damage.
UV protection is a concern for Dane Barnes, but not at the top of his list.
I tend to stick, more towards style, something that tends to suit me.
He came in to pick up a pair of prescription sunglasses. Clear prescription glasses also contain some UV protection.
But remember that most regular pairs of glasses are smaller in size than sunglasses, and they do not provide as much coverage.
Coverage so that sun won't cause long-term damage to your eyes or your health. Dr. Alan Mask, WRAL Health Team.
And Dr. Steele recommends parents make sure their children also wear sunglasses when they're outdoors.
Do you wear sunglasses every day? One eye doctor says you should.
She says not wearing eye protection puts you at risk for serious eye diseases. Tisha Powell is here with this important health alert. Tisha?
That's right, Fred and Anna. Sunglasses aren't just for looking cool. They're actually saving your sight from some serious eye conditions. Doctors say wearing them now will mean good vision as we age.
Christiana Mastandria never leaves home without her shades. She wants to prevent some of the eye conditions her parents have struggled with.
My dad has glaucoma. My mom has had cataracts and glaucoma. My mom had ocular melanoma.
Cancer of the eye that destroyed her mom's sight.
She had a freckle behind her eye. Over time and numerous checkups, the freckle was fine. One bad sunburn and the freckle started to turn. It turned into melanoma, deadly tumor.
Optometrist Dr. Amanda Steele at Eye Care Associates in Raleigh says cancer of the skin around the eye and inside the eyeball can be caused by sun damage. She says sun exposure can speed up the progression of other common eye conditions.
You can get early onset cataracts. The sun can cause the natural lens inside the eye to get a little bit denser as time goes on. The discoloration of that lens causes you to have inability to see clearly.
And then there's macular degeneration.
And the macula is where you see the best. It's your central line of sight. And if you have sun damage to that macula over your lifetime, you can develop a disease called macular degeneration that causes you to lose your central vision.
Dr. Steele says sunglasses are your best defense and recommends getting fitted for a pair that provides the best coverage with 100% UV protection.
If you just have a tinted lens, all that does is allow your pupil to get larger, and that allows more sun to get into your eye and create more damage.
Christiana has healthy eyes and plans to keep them that way.
I love my vision.
And Dr. Steele says don't forget your children, especially if they spend a lot of time outdoors playing sports. And she adds the sun's rays are just as damaging when the weather is cool, so wear your eye protection all year long. Fred and Anna, is this something you think you can take to heart?
Yes.
Already. That's the cool thing about this job. You learn something new every day, and sometimes you can apply it immediately. So.
Exactly. I knew I could count on you guys.
We wear our sunglasses at night too, Tisha.
Because you're that
We're those
cool.
kind of people.
That's right.
All right, Tisha, thank you. Thank you for that.